Well, good morning, everyone. I'm really pleased to have you all join me on this sunny day on this beautiful block that is really emerging from what was here prior, and to welcome you all downtown here to the city of Burlington. I want to first start by really appreciating BCA for their leadership as our Burlington City Arts Department to bring together and activate a lot of our downtown spaces related to city art. I also want to thank DPW, Department of Public Works, so I know I saw some staff here just around, oh, there they are. Their continued work on the infrastructure, the reconnection of our downtown. We're really at an epicenter moment of a lot of connectivity that's really due to the hard work of DPW. And then, of course, also our Racial Equity, Inclusion, and Belonging Office, REIB, for their continued work to make sure we have, as I was talking with the artists, full representation, and when we have the opportunity to do public art and representation, so it reflects all of our community today, community from the past, but the community of the future as well. I'd like to also thank, we always have great partnerships with our Burlington City and Lake semester, which is a Burlington High School semester long, well, there's 2 semesters a year, for their work and involvement, as well as the Education Justice Coalition. Our artist, Chris Kojzar, who is in the where did you go? There he is. He keeps moving. I'm sure you'll hear from him in a moment, but I want to thank him for this amazing work here today that you see behind me, which we'll all be able to get up close and personal with in just a moment. This new beautiful new sculpture was created as part of Burlington's Great Streets Initiative, which has been a culmination of city planning and project development to ensure that we have a downtown that is vibrant, walkable, and sustainable urban center. Over years of planning, the Great Streets Initiative has developed standards for downtown streets to provide urban elements that are beautiful, that are practical, affordable, sustainable, and appropriate for our downtown Burlington. This includes provisions for creation of public art that tells the story of our city. Through the Great Streets Initiative, we've made an important investment in the future of Burlington's downtown that is really paying off with exciting new additions to the streetscape, like Dance in Place. With other Great Streets projects nearing completion in the coming months, we're looking forward to celebrating a revitalized and even more vibrant downtown core. A result of collaboration between the Department of Public Works, the Department of Racial Equity, Inclusion, and Belonging, and led by our Burlington City Arts Department, Dance in Place showcases how strong our city teams are when they work together. Integrating REIB into the foundation of this project, BCA and DPW were able to create a more inclusive selection process that advanced the city's efforts to commission artwork from individuals who identify from a range of races, gender identities, socioeconomic backgrounds, ages, abilities, and cultural identities, as well as create opportunities for the artists who have not had equitable access to the opportunities in the arts. Dance in Place represents a milestone for the city of Burlington's dedication to public art that reflects our community's diversity and evolving cultural landscape. A vibrant celebration of queer delight and Black joy in public spaces, we are proud to bring this beautiful new addition to our streets that offers residents and visitors alike an opportunity to engage with the visibility, preservation, and celebration of queer life here in Vermont and beyond. Thank you all so much for coming. We're going to hear next from our BCA Director, Doreen Kraft.
Thank you, as always, to our mayor. So proud she's with us to celebrate this moment. And before I start, I just want to acknowledge all of you for coming out. Thank you, because I know many of you traveled from around Vermont today to come here to be with us. That's so, so heartwarming. Dave Farrington is over here from our city construction team, part of the 3 construction companies that joined together to make this city beautiful and accessible and wonderful. Dave, thank you so much for joining us today. And yeah, it's really hard sometimes to have a press conference in the middle of a construction site. I was just worrying that some of your most important words might be lost in the beep, 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 but you've got a good camera that can knock that out. And just to say to everyone that what we bring to this moment is really to honor the entire community. We're celebrating Chris today. We're celebrating this gift to the city, but we're really celebrating the whole community. So thank you all for coming. I'm Doreen Kraft. I'm the Executive Director of Burlington City Arts. And We're here to celebrate, as I've just said, and the mayor too, Dance in Place and the amazing artist who created this, Chris Kojzar. Bringing vibrant, relevant public art projects that tell the story of our community to life is not a solo effort by any means. We're so grateful to everyone who came together to make this project possible. Our wonderful city partners at the Department of Public Works, especially Laura Wheelock and Julia Ursaki, and Chapin, of course, never ever leave you out to this growing dance today, and our Department of Racial Equity, Inclusion, and Belonging, and the dedicated BCA team, especially Colin Storrs. Colin, he's always hiding. Always hiding. There he is. And Christopher Kojzar, whose vision is now a permanent fixture in our community. Creating new public art like Dance in Place speaks directly to the heart of BCA's mission to support artists and the arts in our community while enriching civic life. It turns public infrastructure investments into something more than just concrete and steel. It ensures as we grow, our public spaces tell the story and strengthen Burlington's creative identity and include opportunities for artists to dream big. By integrating art and artists into our improvement programs, we're not only building better sidewalks and streetscapes, we're building places that invite connection, conversation, and joy. We are creating a community where everyone can feel invested and welcomed, and their stories visible around them. Art has that unique power to reflect who we truly are as a community, what we believe, what we value, and what we celebrate. Dance in Place does exactly that. It shines a light on the voices, the stories, and the joy that make up Burlington and make this the special place, a place where inclusivity is the core value, creativity is supported, and everyone belongs. I just had to pause. I wasn't looking for an applause. I was just like, I had to pause because that is so powerful, right? That's why you're all here, why we're all here. This vibrant sculpture will stand as a lasting reminder of the community of what we build together. And thank you. Now it's my great pleasure to introduce artist Christopher Kojzar. Chris is the assistant professor at the University of Vermont, where he teaches multidisciplinary studio art. He received his BA from George Washington University and his MFA from University of Maryland, Baltimore County. A short list of residencies include the Agency for Artists in Exile in Paris, La Napoule Art Foundation, the Creative Alliance, and the Santa Fe Art Institute. Welcome, Chris, and congratulations.
I'm going to do a little, well, maybe I don't have to adjust the mic. Thank you guys everyone for coming out today. This has been a storied process of many hands, based here in Vermont, in Burlington, in Paris even. There's so much that's embedded in this sculpture. But I want to take a moment to kind of step back. I'm not very good with street names. So every time I tell someone to come, or I'm not really good at delivering information from secondhand sources. Unless I read something, I do say things correctly, but I always thought this was on Bank and Cherry Street for some reason. That's how much I don't know street names. And there is a sculpture that I really do like in this town. It's a wrought iron sculpture created years ago I think the Howard Center was involved, VSA was involved. It's basically this very nondescript piece that anytime I drive by it, I'm always like, oh, there it is. But every time I walk by it, I always get lost. So that just tells you that I am not so environmentally friendly, but I really do love this town, and I love being a part of this town and getting to know its intricate corners and spots and people, because the people that I've met here have really kept me here. It's been wonderful to be a professor at UVM and to learn from my own, to learn from them, and really to pick up on the history here. So when I met Margaret Tamelonius, she had just given a presentation. I think Meg is here somewhere. Yes, okay, thank you. Giving a presentation on the Vermont Queer Archives and explaining its history in a way that was storied, and also just it captured the audience in the way that Meg delivers information, not as something in passing, but almost just captivates you in her presence. And I had already submitted this piece as a design, and afterward had met Meg or Margaret and found that there was something about the history here that I still didn't know, and even the history of my of what brought me here, like my ancestors, or my own affinity or recognition of queer history or LGBTQ history throughout the world. And it's always a learning process for me, so this piece really has distinct qualities from the Vermont Queer Archives, from posters that were a part of Meg's teaching to me. And also there's just so much in this that I could go on and on about, that even 7 Days, I guess, recently had to pull a little thread that they thought it was tagged, because it looks like it's been tagged. When Miro told me that, I thought that was very funny, because a lot of the people who were involved, ages between 7 to 70, made designs specifically that have their own references in this piece that I actually don't know how to decode. So if you ever find someone going through the streets and they happen to reveal that they have something in this sculpture, find out what their meaning is, because there's meaning in this that I think might touch upon not just Black culture or the gay culture of the world, or even of Burlington, or even of my own personal experience, but there's just personal embedded story. There's even a portrait of me on here that my 7-year-old nephew did. This little monkey. I don't know if this is a monkey, but he didn't think I was Black. He thought I was white, so he colored it white, because half my family's white, so it was kind of funny. But the I don't know. It's just kind of funny to me that there's all this. There are a lot of there's humor in this, and there's a lot of kind of coded reference to nonviolence. And in trying to display that nonviolence, it is that queer delight that Emma was referring to. But there is a lot that I wouldn't even want to mention, because it's just so much about taking agency when you are gay in space, and holding on to that agency and feeling protected in your own skin, and stepping out into the world wherever you go and still feeling protected to express yourself however you want to express yourself, not just in Vogue culture or in dance culture, but also just as a way to not mirror aggression, but maybe stand away from it and hold your own space and to stand up, just to stand up. So I think DPW did take a chance on this piece. I kept on sending Colin images over the course of the entire development. They didn't know it was going to look like this until the end. They always had faith, which was really captivating, that they took this kind of risk, that the city of Burlington took this kind of risk. And I'm really excited that I was able to claim this as one of my first, or that I am able to claim this as my first solo sculpture in public space, without the help of over dozens and dozens of people. So the three organizations are Clemens Family Farm, Education Justice Coalition, and Burlington City and Lake. So there are, if this ever does get tagged, there's extra designs to put on here from all those three groups. It can be changed out. All this can be disassembled very easily. So there can always be community involvement if it has to be repainted in a way or if people want to repaint it. That was an underlying goal. So just know that this is apart from me now. It's now here for the city. There will be a small plaque in recognition, but I think the name of Burlington associated with this is more important than my name. So thank you very much for coming.
Don't invite too many people to get involved in repainting. Not yet. We work very hard to keep this beautiful.
It was a lot of work, yeah.
Yeah. I would love to invite everybody to come inside the new AC Marriott and join us for some cider and donuts or cider and cookies. Yes. And thank you again for coming, for being with us today. Bring all your friends. Make this a hot spot in Burlington. There will be places to sit, right, Chapin, where people can have lunch, etc. here, and there's also wonderful businesses to support in this neighborhood. So thank you again for being with us today.